All right, here we are in a beautiful Bakersfield, California morning. A little bit late in the morning, it's getting a little bit warmer here. Nice day. Looking at a very nice 1932 Ford 3-window coupe. Brookville steel, very nicely done. Hot rod, resto rod. Walk around and tell you about it like we usually do. Finished in a medium blue, very nice base coat, clear coat. Fits this car nice. There's a lot of surprises with this car, so just hang on as we go through the video here. We'll cover more. Has the factory style cowl vent. The Brookville steel roof panel has been filled. He ordered it that way. And again, it's all steel, sitting on a Kiwi connection chassis. Traditional old school style. Has a buggy spring in the rear, Ford 9-inch rear differential, posi 350 ratio, 31 spline axles. Up front here, also a buggy style spring up front. Posy springs front and rear. Has a 5-inch dropped axle in it. Has 4-wheel Willwood disc brakes. Nicely done when it comes to the fit and finish of it overall. Has a nice dropped headlight bar. Has a commercial style headlamps. Painted buckets on it. Couple nice little touches. I think I mentioned it on the engine compartment. They did a clear bra style on the bottom here so the hood latches don't scratch the side of your hood. Bottom side of the fenders and the bottom side of the body are all finished in a lizard skin that'll help prevent from rock stars. Has American Rebel salt flat style wheels on it. There's 16s in the rear, 15s in the front. We get around the other side. I don't think I covered it on the lift, the sizes, but I can cover that for you. Vintage style Michelin XZXs. Those are Coker tires up front. Underneath the hood is a Ford and a Ford. So we have a 1932 Ford with a Ford underneath the hood. A lot of guys are looking for those Ford powertrains. It has a 351 Windsor V8 underneath the hood. That's 408 cubic inches, aluminum cylinder heads. Very nice underneath the hood. It has vintage air conditioning. It has a adapted 700R4 automatic overdrive. Well, it's got a GM transmission in it. Gentleman wanted to put one of those in it. I believe those adapters, you can get them out of Central California, I think Paso Robles area. Salt flat wheels look very nice on it. Traditional hairpin front suspension like we talked about. We'll give you a little peek. We have it up on the lift for you. Thought of everything when he did this car. Has mirrors both sides. Retains its stock look, factory feel look. It is titled with an 18 early Ford VIN, and it is stamped in the frame rail, so it's titled as a 1932 Ford. It is a 1932 Ford. Has suicide latches on the doors, very nicely done, ultra leather interior, super tight. Has all the factory style hardware here, the grab handle, armrest. Those are Glide Engineering bucket seats. They're nice. When it comes to sitting in this car, and I'll mention it when I get over the driver's side too, a lot of room if you're a tall guy. The owner of this car is 6'2", and I'm 6'1". I feel like I got tons of room. He's removed the package shelf in the back, and the seats will go way back, but they also adjust all the way forward. They recline. Along with the cowl vent, it has the roll down rear window. I'll get it out today. Dash wise, factory stock look and feel with a nice drop down of the AC controls here. Little center console there, cup holder for the shifter. Vintage AC up underneath the dash, fits there nice. German square weave carpet. The battery adjusts the seats here. You'll see they have retractable style seat belts on it here. The battery's right behind the seat here. It is a trunk model. I'll put the seat back. Sorry about that. Headliner finish, very traditional. Nice fit of all the panels. These Brookville steel bodies are very nice. Step back, I tell you, it has a really nice stance. He thought about the stance and he nailed it. Stance is nice. Tire size, I told you I'd cover that while I was over here. Front size are 145 SR15, which would have been period typical on a build. One of these faux knockoffs on the wheels, American Rebels. 235/65 R16s on the rear. we'll get you into the trunk with another segment of the video. Ford and a Ford. Been hard finding nice three-window coupes like this the last year or so. Very nicely done and tastefully done with the powertrain that was put in it. We'll fire it up here for you throughout the video like we usually do. No, I'm looking in the sun a little bit there. Peep mirrors both sides. They're not peep mirrors, they're nice door mirrors. Has a very nice Limeworks tilt steering column. It has a vintage look, but it also has tilt, so it's polished billet. Turn signals here. Again, the German square weave carpet's very nice. It's trimmed out nice. The trunk's the same way. Less than 300 miles on this car, right about 300 miles. We'll get in there in just a minute. Windshield still cranks out like it's supposed to. He's driven it, test miles, it's all sorted. 342 miles at the time of inspection. Working cowl vent. Again, AC controls, low car pedals. Love the shifter knob, matches the car nice. Again, the suicide latch is here. Glove box. Nothing in the glove box, but it gives you access to stuff. Very nicely done wiring. It has a neat little panel underneath the dash. Some Zeus fasteners. The fuse panel drops right down so you can access it. .351 Windsor V8. These are odometer gauge pack that goes in these two pockets. Fuel gauge, everything is working on it. We haven't really warmed it up. We took it out of the shop. Putting out 14 volts. Oil pressure, 40, fit 40, a little over 40. 4-barrel V8, 700R4. Kicked it off fast idle there. I was kind of hanging out for that. Visors. It's always nice to see a Ford and a Ford. It's a 351 Windsor that's has a stroke crankshaft in it. It's 408 cubic inches. Very nicely done. Again, can't stress the Ford and a Ford. Finish carries all the way out through the firewall here. It has a Edelbrock Endurashine intake manifold on it. Holley 4-barrel carburetor. Edelbrock racing dress. Short tube Sanderson headers with Giuliano connection there. It has the vintage air conditioning front runner AC drive, serpentine belt drive up front. Mallory MSD distributor. Electric cooling fan. It has a standard style water pump on it. It's part of the front runner system. So it's all polished and plated billet components up front there. Very nicely done chassis. We'll get to the undercarriage and cover that for you here, but it has a the factory VIN, or a 32 Ford 18 VIN is stamped in the frame rail here where it would have been near factory wise. Notice there's a horn down there. Alright, we got you over here on the passenger side. AC vintage air conditioning, receiver dryers up high here where you can get to it. All the AC lines and heater lines go through the bulkhead here. It has heat and AC. Lift the hood side up here. Nice dress, nice and subtle, but again, Ford to Ford. Nice little Holley dual feed carburetor with a fuel pressure gauge here, liquid. Mallory MSD blaster coil, I can read that on it now. Nice little touch here. These typically get nicked up from the hood latches here, but he's done a clear bra. right, we'll get you in the trunk here and share the trunk with you. Very nice and tight, just like the interior of the car. German square weave carpet, nicely trimmed out. This is the where the buggy spring in the back would come over. This is really common. Panels that match the door panels. Bottom side of the deck lid here. Okay, he's going to turn it around so I can photograph the other side. I always like you to hear him run and see him in action, so to speak. Alright, we're going to take it down the street here, but I wanted to share with you the room that's in here. I've got it, I'm going to put it back in park. I have it geared because I pulled forward. Anyway, tons of room. I'm 6'1". Seats, I don't think it's back all the way, but if you look at where my camera is right now, that's how I'm looking through the windshield. Seats will come forward enough if you're a little bit shorter driver, that shouldn't be a problem. Take it for a quick little spin here. In 700R4 4-speed automatic overdrive with a Ford 351 Windsor V8 underneath the hood, 408 cubic inches, and it's a little chirpy. Take the driveway at a little bit of an angle here, slow. Nice suspension in it, makes it nice to drive. Hey, thanks for coming to Spud's Garage. We're going to flip a Yui up here. Okay, we'll head back. Nice and peppy. Have a great day. Alright, we got this nice coupe up on the lift here. Nicely done chassis wise. Spec wise, it's the way I would build one of these actually. Underside here, it's a Kiwi connection chassis. Has a ladder bar style rear suspension with the buggy spring in the rear here, multi-leaf. You get a better ride out of that way. All 4 brakes are Willwood disc brakes on it. Has a 9-inch Ford 9-inch rear differential with 350 ratio. It is a Positrack with 31 spline axles. Willwood disc brakes here in the rear. Emergency brake, easy to put an electric one on. It's all set up for you if you want to put an e-brake on it. Has a 700R4 automatic overdrive. Here's the fuel filter back here. Nice location for it, good filter, Edelbrock control valve there. It has cherry bomb exhaust with Giuliano style connectors on it. The bottom side of the fenders and the body are all coated in what's called lizard skin. It'll prevent from rock stars on the fenders, that kind of thing. And the bottom side of the body is just a nice finish. These chassis are nice, the ladder bars here. Tubular construction, center structure. I don't know what frame rails they use. They're probably American stampings. Bob Drake running boards on it, steel running boards. It is all steel. Trans coolers here. Utilized a stainless line forward trans cooler. There's the speedometer pickup here. Brake bias valve proportion, set the front and rear braking here. Willwood master cylinder.
Frame just powder coated, right?
Frame's been powder coated. The owner just told me that. It's a fresh 700R4 rebuild done here locally in Bakersfield. Has a V8 with 409 cubic inches. I'm doing this before I do the walk around, so I'll clarify that. It makes much difference. Hairpin front suspension with a buggy spring, again a Posey leaf. It is a mono leaf up front with a 5-inch dropped axle on it. Chrome hairpins, or stainless hairpins, one or the other. Has backing plates in the wheel with disc brakes up front, braided brake lines, nicely run wiring here. PowerMaster Mini high torque starter. Short tube headers on it there. Typical cross steer. The Vega style box. Give you one more pass through, get up front here. Again, the bottom side of the fenders are all coated with rhino liner, or excuse me, lizard skin. Looks like rhino liner, but it's a thinner, smoother surface. Chrome SoCal Speed Shop shocks on the front, gas shocks. Below an oil pan for a little extra sump. We're thinking you get the idea. Nice little coupe. All the performance goodies you want with the right suspension. About the best ride you can get out of one of these, unless you're going to put a Kugel in and then you lose traditional feel. Anyway, there you go.